Introducing Lucha
Ladies and gentlemen, another week in the world of Lucha Underground. I bring you Season 2, Episode 8, review, and ladies and gentlemen, yet another great episode of Lucha Underground. In my personal opinion, the show continues to be the premier promotion in the world of wrestling. Fantasy or not, this show is killing it. This show is putting to bed. This show is kicking the ass of so many wrestling promotions today. And most of them are mainstream. They are the pinnacles of the wrestling business. But Lucha Underground is showing us that even though it is a fantasy world, it carries the same elements. It carries the same principles of an actual wrestling promotion. And it does it so freaking well. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. And I'm also loving this build-up to Aztec Warfare. Next week, Aztec Warfare 2, because we already did the first one last year. But it's a 20-man Royal Rumble, essentially, but you beat the opponents, you eliminate the people in the match by pinning them, 1, 2, 3, or submission. You don't just get rid of them by throwing them over the top rope. No. So this is different. And I think it goes the entire episode. Now, of course, there's going to be promos hyping it up and stuff like that. There's going to be a story behind it, because that's what Lucha Underground does. But essentially, it's the Royal Rumble, 20 men, and you win by pinning the people in the match. And the winner, the last one standing, becomes, well, it was supposed to be the number one contender for the Lucha Underground Championship. However, that changed at the end of the night. Let's get into it. We open up the show with Katrina and Fenix talking backstage, and they rekindle their past. Katrina misses Fenix. She misses the fact that they had a good relationship, and she kisses him. They make out for, a very steaming hot second. Then, Fenix, is caressing her, and then she says, you know what? When Muertes kicks your ass, I will take your powers and become whole again. She says she's gonna be brought back to life because of apparently Fenix's abilities to resurrect himself, I suppose, because he's the Phoenix. She's gonna steal his powers and bring herself back to life. So apparently she is immortal. She's either immortal or she's undead, but she's a witch. I'm gonna assume that she's a witch as of right now. It was never made clear exactly what Katrina is. Whatever she is, she has to be some kind of sorceress, witch, being with powers, dark powers, because she can teleport. Whatever works. I thought that was an interesting segment. It did add some intrigue to the main event, because it was like, all right, is Katrina gonna betray Mil Muertes? Is she gonna join Fenix? What does this mean? Where is this gonna lead? We'll talk about that in the main event. We open up the show with the first match, which is Son of Havoc, Alyx, and Angelico taking on the Disciples of Death for the Trios Championship. If Son of Havoc, Alyx, and Angelico lose, they are banned from the tempo, and they can never return, ever. So, the match happens, and good match overall. Not much else to say about it. It was just a good, solid, fast-paced Lucha Libre Trios Championship match. That's all there is to say about it. At the end, the good guys retain. The good guys win, and because of their, quirky, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they don't get along, but they get along kind of team effort. I don't know how else to describe it. But because of their team effort and their teamwork, they were able to beat the Disciples of Death and finally get back the championships they lost last year. So there you go. They are now, again, your trio champions, and they will keep their jobs. Awesome. Look forward to seeing where that leads in the future. So after that, we got Johnny Mundo confronting Prince Puma in the workout room, apparently. and he's working out, training himself for Aztec warfare next week. And Johnny Mundo tells him, you know what? Last year, it was just me and you in the main event. Well, this time around, it will be us again, but the outcome will be different. I will win because this is my world. And this pissed off Puma to the point that he punched a hole through the punching bag. And I was like, oh snap, son. Press Puma. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, if he can punch a hole through a punching bag, he can probably punch a hole through someone's chest. I don't think they'll go that far. They have to keep some level of realism here in Lucha Underground. Otherwise, it gets really ridiculous. I mean, it's already kind of pushing the limits of fantasy with the whole teleporting and Matanza eating people and, you know, the tribes and gods. It's already kind of pushing it. If we now have people punching people through chests and punching their hearts out and ripping out like fatalities from Mortal Kombat, then it's just like, whoa, all right, calm down. But yeah, I like that segment. And then we got Rey Mysterio Jr., who is sitting down with Azteca Jr., and they have concluded their training. And they reveal that they got invitations to Aztec Warfare next week. So both of them, Rey Mysterio and Azteca, will be competing in the Aztec Warfare match next week. Yes! Awesome! Star power to the max! Then we got Chavo Guerrero versus El Tejano in a Texas Bull Rope match. It was a fine match. The crew abandons Chavo at the beginning of the match. And that was it. I mean, the match was fine. I guess I'm just not... I'm just not feeling Chavo Guerrero. I'm not really feeling Tejano either. I'm just not a big fan of either one of them. Maybe that's why, personally, I wasn't into the match. Because they put the effort in there. It was a well-executed match. There was effort behind it. They threw each other all over the arena. You know, they were using the rope very well. It was a solid match overall. I just wasn't into it all that much. How about that? I'll say it that way. Tejano beats Chavo with a sit-out powerbomb, pins him 1, 2, 3, and then proceeds to beat the living hell out of him with the bull rope afterwards. And there you go. So that's the match. And then we get into Muertes backstage attacking the Disciples of Death, because he was not happy that his clan of Darkness, lost the championships. Oh my god. Something actually matters. Championships actually matters in Lucha Underground. Because if this was WWE, if they would have lost those championships, okay, it's okay. I'm here. I still have a job. I'm smiling. Like, it doesn't matter in companies like TNA or WWE. But with Lucha Underground, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you. And that's kind of exactly what he did. Muertes pretty much killed, quote unquote, killed the Disciples of Death. Or at least, you know, put them out of this realm? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm going to assume he just killed them and maybe they'll be resurrected because they're undead. They're living zombies that can be resurrected, which I'm pretty sure will happen. So he killed them. Let's just say he killed them and their souls are back in the Dark Realm and maybe Kachun will bring them back. Moving on, we have Dario Cueto with Black Lotus by that little shed where he's feeding people to his big brother, Matanza, the monster Matanza. And he pretty much says, you know what, Black Lotus? I think it's time. It's time to reclaim my tempo. And he... Tempo or temple? Temple. It's the same thing. Tempo as a B and then temple as a place. Moving on. So he says he's going to reclaim the temple, and he unlocks the door with his big key around his neck, and out walks this tall, humongous, muscular beast of a man wearing an iron mask. looking like freaking Jason Voorhees in this bitch, and an iron mask, and he's covered in blood, gory, just covered in blood, and I'm just like, damn, man, that is scary. And Dario's like, let's go reclaim the temple. And I'm like, damn, is he coming next week too? I hope he shows up in Aztec Warfare. I hope he shows up or shows up afterwards and just annihilates everybody. I can't wait. Can't wait. That's going to be awesome. Whoo! Matanza, the monster. All right, and then we get to the main event. Jesus Christ, this main event match. Fenix versus Muertes for the Lucha Underground Championship. And apparently there was no disqualification, so weapons were allowed. This match was bloody. This match was brutal. This match was awesome. This match was a killer freaking main event match. I swear to God, Lucha Underground, when it comes to their main events, I always feel like we're doing this. Like, okay, this match was good, but this match was great. Then this match is awesome, and then this match is freaking crazy. And then next week's match is the Aztec Warfare match, so it's just going to continue to top each other and top each other and top each other and top each other and top each other until we get to the freaking Ultima Lucha show, which is probably going to be like some 10-star craziness. I don't know, it's just awesome. This match was great though, man. Both of them ripped off their masks and cut each other open, busted each other up. There was blood all over their faces, you know, when it was open. It was just a crazy match filled with weapons, brawling into the crowd, and crazy high flying spots from Fenix, who is one of my favorite high flyers today in wrestling. It was a war. It was a straight up war, ladies and gentlemen. So we get to the end. And after a series of power bombs and DDTs and just really awesome near falls, Muertes picks up Fenix, goes for the flatliner. He hit one off the top rope, which I don't think he pinned him for. He probably should have, but Muertes wants to kill him, not just beat him. So he goes to hit another flatliner, and Fenix reverses it and rolls him up for the pin. 1, 2, and it was an awesome pin too. It was like he rolls him up like a schoolboy, and then does like a bridge pin into it as well. It was awesome. But he pins on 1, 2, 3, and Fenix is the new Lucha Underground World Champion. Or is he just Lucha Underground Champion? I don't care. I'm calling it the World Championship. It was awesome. It was great. That crowd lost their minds. He celebrates with the audience. It was a great moment. Finally, the big Muertes has been defeated. And it was a big moment because this is the same mofo that took out Prince Puma and freaking Pentagon Jr. last week by himself. So Fenix beats him. And then Katrina gets on the microphone and tells the world, next week, Aztec Warfare will be for the Lucha Underground Championship. Yep, it is no longer a number 1 contendership match. It is now for the Lucha Underground Championship. And here's the kicker. Fenix will enter at number 1. And then Muertes will enter at number 20. Oh boy, the odds are stacked against Fenix. Will he keep that championship? Or will he lose it the very next day? Will the Cinderella story come to an end next week? We'll find out. All I gotta say is, guys, I am pumped. I am hyped for this show next week. This is gonna be a great show. Lucha Underground continues to kill it. And I should make note of this because those of you who do not know, Lucha Underground has landed, or will soon be landing, a deal with Netflix. Meaning, Lucha Underground will be showcased to 75 million, a lot of fucking people. A lot of people, millions of people over Netflix, which is exactly what they need. If they land this deal, that will be huge. Congratulations if they do. They deserve this. Damn, man, Lucha Underground will have a bigger platform than the WWE on Netflix. Yeah, baby. I'm happy for him. So, thoughts below about the show, about the matches, about Netflix, Lucha Underground, next week, Aztec Warfare. Let me hear your thoughts, guys. But this is your boy, Delexman, signing off. See you next week for some Lucha Underground. Peace.